Welcome to the world of TikTok. Let's get started.
Everyone in the US may soon be working a lot less, as a congressman has just introduced an act that would make a 32-hour workweek US law in efforts to increase the happiness of humankind. If passed, it would officially reduce the standard definition of the workweek from 40 hours to 32 hours by amending the Fair Labor Standards Act. His proposal would mandate overtime pay for any work done after 32 hours, which would encourage businesses to either pay workers more for longer hours, create a 4-day workweek, or hire more people. And this comes after the world's largest 4-day workweek trial received overwhelming success in the UK, with the companies taking part reporting no change or even growth in revenue. 71% of employees felt less burnt out. 73% reported increased satisfaction with their lives. Fatigue was down, people were sleeping more, and mental health was improved. So the question is, would this work in the US or not?
Okay, love what I hear. Why is this not a thing? Why is this already not a thing, especially if it works in other places like the UK? Think about it. If somebody works 4 days out of the week, that's still more than 50% of their week that they're working. The thing with these politicians, though, I don't know if he's genuine about it or not, because yeah, he could be. Like, I don't know if he is. He could be, but unfortunately, I think what happens with a lot of these politicians is they know that this is something that's not going to pass, but they're proposing it anyway because they just want, you know, brownie points. They want to show, hey, look, I'm fighting for you, vote for me, even though he knows it's a lost cause.
What is your opinion of war protesters? And would you today refuse to be drafted?
Honey, I just tend to keep my own personal views about that to myself. I'm just an entertainer, and I do not.
Do you think other entertainers should also keep their views to themselves?
No.
Are you satisfied with the image you've established?
Well, the image is one thing, and a human being is another. You know.
How closely is the image to the man?
It's very hard to live up to an image. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm a big fan of Elvis. I love his music. I just recently saw in the movie theater, whenever it came out, his biopic. Austin Butler, I believe his name. He did a fantastic job portraying Elvis. Excellent story. You know, not everybody's story is awesome, and Elvis's story was great. I think that this was a very good answer. Now, to be fair, Elvis has gotten in trouble with the law before. They forced him to go to the military, to serve in the military, because he was, you know, he didn't listen. They asked him not to dance a certain way. He danced a certain way, and they forced him to go to the military. So I think maybe he was afraid to speak his mind, and maybe he wanted to. But wouldn't it be great if, first of all, let's face it, artists have fans that are both conservative and liberal, right? Now, what if an artist is liberal or conservative themselves, and then they make statements where they alienate half their audience? Okay, we don't want, you don't want to do that. And at the same time, I think the world has enough tension. You know, people watch Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, Newsmax. They watch all these networks on TV. There's so much tension because of it, you know. And wouldn't it be nice if, like, the celebrities and the movie makers and the song makers, they just stayed out of it and let us, and in a way, contained some sort of innocence for us to enjoy, you know? Because again, the world is already a rough place as it is, and we need an escape. We need an escape. We don't need them to stir the pot even more. But on the other hand, to play devil's advocate, now it's like, but you have a platform, and it's irresponsible for you not to use your platform to spread a positive message. But then that, again, that becomes like an abuse of power. Who's to say that you have the right idea? And most of these celebrities, they're not responsible. They might even have the right idea. They might just not communicate it properly. They might be divisive. So, you know, in a perfect world, it would be nice to have entertainers stay out of it. What do you guys think?
That's why we want to sign you. We're a major label, and you've gained our attention by building an audience, creating a lot of buzz, and even one of your songs has gone viral. Oh wow, this is the moment that every musician dreams of. A major label wants to sign me? How much are you offering? $2 million. $2 million? I can't even conceptualize having that much money at once. Well, you won't be getting all of that money up front at once. You'll be getting paid out over time for every album you complete after you complete it. How many albums will I have to complete in my contract? 6. 6 albums, that's a lot, but one album every 2 years, that comes out to be about $100,000 to $200,000 a year, plus album sales and streaming money. That's a livable wage. Well, you won't be getting any money from album sales or streams. What? Yeah, we will own the masters to your music, and that $2 million isn't a salary, it's an advance, so that'll just go into the budget of all your records and then be considered recoupable funds. So I'll use that money to make the albums and live off of? Correct. And then I'll have to pay it back with album sales? That's correct. So it's kind of just like a loan? Yeah, that's correct. But I'm already building my audience, creating buzz, and going viral without a label.
All right. Love this satire. I love the vibe. I think she portrays this very, very well. And it's interesting because back in the day, all people wanted to do was be discovered and signed by a label. But these days, they're like, well, what do I need that for? Right? Because people have social media, they have TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and they're putting all their music out online. They're promoting themselves. There's an artist named Dax. If he's a rapper, he made a very famous song on the internet called Joker, let's say, and there was a lot of hype around it. And honestly, I don't even think he's signed to a label. I think he's independent. That's the impression I was. That's what I was getting out of it. But the point is that there are a lot of artists I know that are not assigned to a label, and they're all on the internet, and they're all getting hype, and it's working out great for them. And I've heard horror stories from labels before. For example, there's a group called TLC. They made the song No Scrubs, and I believe it was them. I saw a documentary, and they almost really didn't make a respectable amount of money for what they did, for all their classics, for all their hits. On one hand, the music industry is always challenged by technology, right? It was challenged by Napster back in the day, and all these other sharing services just like Napster. Then streaming came out to kind of stop that, but now you had to change the way you monitor your success. Instead of album sales, it was how many streams did you get? And now there's AI that's making Drake songs without Drake actually making the song. So now this is a new challenge. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's a new challenge. And I think so technology challenges the music industry, but on the other hand, it's amazing for independent artists and creators. They could be their own boss. They don't need a major label to put out their music anymore and make money. So, yeah, but this was a fantastic satire to portray the horrors of the record label industry.